Good afternoon, everyone. Pork rationing in China. You need to show your ID to buy pork. Prices up. China's soya bean importing as much as they can because of the trade war. Argentina down 3.3% from last year. And everywhere you look across the media, the narrative's the same. Less food. Goldsmiths University London, cutting beef. It's just more of the narrative to program your mind for shortages in the future. So how prepared are you for reductions in the supply chain for what you eat every day? My Patriot Supply, long-term food storage, 2-week grab-and-go food crate, or the 4-week food supply. The link's in the description box below, and it's another way to support the Adapt 2030 channel. Thank you for your support to bring this information forward. Starting off here, Yanasa on a Ranch channel on YouTube. Excellent video. USDA is buttering the corn. Incredible analysis here. One of the best I've seen across YouTube for sure. Corn crop failures, 431,000 this year versus 64,000 last year. Yet the USDA continues to feed us fictitious numbers that, oh, corn's only going to decrease 2%. Again, it's about the narrative of stability is more valuable now than the monetary equivalent. And on to mainland China. ID cards is a meal ticket. What do they mean? The ID card now limits you to 2 kilograms per person if you're going to get subsidy to buy pork in the country. Now they're rolling this out over in Fujian province to try to ensure the stability of market price. You know, we have the Mid-Autumn Festival coming up here. There's extreme competition right now to get pork for the upcoming holiday. See, now it's part of the culture. It's not just food anymore. It's part of the celebration. So everybody wants it. There's a huge scramble to get it. What do I mean by that? On the 22nd here, a few days back, Weibo has been updating the meal price adjustment notices from the Shanghai Aisin Meat Food Company. Now, Weibo equivalent, social media, what we have out in the West. But look at the day-to-day rises, 42 yuan up to 49 yuan the very next day, 16% jump in a single day. Now, with the currency devaluation going on, the current numbers I have are 7.13 yuan to a dollar. So think about some of these prices here. Look at around $7 for tenderloin. And different cuts are up 25%. Now what's currently happening in the Mid-Autumn Festival here is one thing. There's a scurry for pork to put at the dinner table. But what they're talking about is next year. So there's already some pork in the pipeline, but what they're going to have to do is increase already above the 28% that they're anticipating China to import this year. Next year there just simply will not be enough, period. So this is where they come into the cultural issues, like how are they going to be able to supply everybody that wants pork? Now understand this is in Chinese, might be a little confusing. This is in Jiangzhou City in Fujian province or Fujian. What you're looking there at the different cuts of the pork, and then on the right side, obviously the prices. So when you look at 52.8 yuan, you need to divide that by 7.13, and then you get the per kilogram price for the different kinds of cuts that are inside the pigs that are coming out. We got the pork chops, you got the tenderloins, you got different types out there, pig feet, whatever it might be, the innards. But you have to ask yourself, something that was 4 times less price a few months back, how is that going to interfere with the greater spending economy inside China as well? If people are going to be pulling money that they would spend on movies, electronics, etc., to spend on higher food prices. See, we're going to see this and experience it globally. It's just starting here in China. So welcome to Rationing. ID cards to buy food. It's already started, and the world still continues like, oh, there's enough. Don't worry about it. It's global warming. Everything's fine. It's getting hotter, not colder. The food's there. No, it's not. This is the problem that nobody wants to talk about. Even the USDA, straight in front of you here, I can't even believe it. They didn't update the information fast enough. They're caught. Typically, 1 serving of fish is 8 ounces. What's a serving? Health State Department. But the FDA reduced it down to 4 ounces of fish below that you will see. Where's the disconnect? The government's already jumping ahead to say 4 ounces, but the states aren't catching up and updating their websites fast enough. And then we have China over here voraciously buying anything they can for meal out there because they know in the trade war, supply routes are going to go down. I'm surprised more people don't understand that the just-in-time delivery system is so fragile that China understands it. They're trying to bring as much as they can into the country as fast as they can. Well, what about you? What happens if your supply chain goes down? Are you ready for the disruption? Look at Argentina. Supposedly had record corn production, record everything in Brazil is going to be record according to the USDA. And here they are. They got to pare it back, meaning trim, cut back 3.3%. What happened to the rosy figures? Oh, I guess they didn't come to fruition. But don't worry, it was just a forecast. Still good. And a few days back, crop tour in Illinois showing corn yields down 11%, soybeans down 25%. And the USDA had enough gall to lie to your face and say that they were going to decrease just a mere 2% in the first batch of lies. They said that it was going to increase 2% in U.S. grain production. And jumping over to Goldsmiths, University of London, Francis Corner taking over, instantly barring meat to try to stop climate change. It's not so much about this token maneuver here it's about the narrative continuing. Less food. And if you haven't figured it out by now, look around the media scape where you are. Everything's about less food, supply chain stoppages, less food, smaller portions. Oh, and they want to ban milk too. Oh, and she was so nice that she wanted to put a 12-cent tax on water bottles and straws too. Tax is one thing. Action to mitigate pollution is quite another. Myself and my co-author Bill Porter talk about this in our new book, Climate Revolution, the Grand Solar Minimum. Supply chains are going to break down, guaranteed. When this economy contracts far greater than it did in 2008 and 9, how are you going to be able to continue to bring in your daily food? We talk about this. How do you prepare for this? Understand, prepare, adapt, and thrive. The link's in the description box below, and I do thank you for watching the video. Hope you got something out of it.